Welcome to the video, guys. It's that time of the week again. I put out a community post yesterday asking for nominations for this week's award, and you guys didn't let me down. Like last week, the field is packed with some of public life's usual suspects and a surprise or two thrown into the mix. Now, rather than doing honourable or dishonourable mentions, we will just have contenders this week in a slight change from the previous format, which I may actually change further going forward as they all deserve an award, but we will deal with that later. Now, if you are new to the series, for someone to be nominated for this prestigious award, they need to do something in the public eye that is the sort of thing that makes your piss boil. So, act like media or politicians, it's really not that hard to find them. Because let's be honest, they all deserve the title if you ask me. Now, enough pussyfooting around, let's go through this week's contenders and draw a winner from this collection of soy boys, cucks and dopey spunk trumpets. Our first contender this week is the SNP supporters who want to clap for Nicola Fishslip Sturgeon on her birthday. As we all know, she has run Scotland into the ground while blaming everyone else for her incompetence. I am sure Scotland will collectively clap when she resigns, but anyone planning to clap for this trout is worthy of making this list, I think you would agree. Following on from that, contender number 2 is also from the SNP. It's none other than Kate Forbes, the Scots Nat Pratt's finance minister, who this week gave us Diane Abbott levels of economic wisdom that was swiftly called out while begging Boris Johnson for more money like Oliver Twist. If ever you show in public proof that you attended the Diane Abbott School of Mathematics, you deserve a nomination for this award, that is for sure, hence why her name is on this list. Now, moving on, we have contender number 3, which is the BBC, for being of course the BBC, with the anti-British, anti-white, anti-common sense agenda it shits out like diarrhea 24 hours a day. And let's not forget the 3 BBC trouts who sat there trying to tell white working class women how not to be Karens because the BBC produce activism, not entertainment, in 2020. All of that while now taking away the free TV licence for over 75s because they know that is a group of Brits they can bully into paying it with the threat of criminal proceedings. Yet more reason we need to defund the BBC and rid ourselves of this public embarrassment, which at this point has a spot saved each week on this list, much like our next contender coming in at number 4, which is of course Sadiq Khan. This deluded fuckpig is in the running this week for not only still being the mayor of our capital city, but for attacking Boris Johnson and Donald Trump during an interview in a London cafe because they have not been wearing face masks in public. While Khan himself was standing there not wearing a face mask like the hypocritical tosspot we all know he is. On top of that, there is also reports out suggesting he spent 30k on boarding up statues in central London instead of doing his job and telling the Metropolitan Police Force to do their jobs, which is upholding the law. So, as always, a nomination well earned by Sadiq Khan here. But moving on, like a fart in the wind, we have contender number 5, who is back again for the second week in a row, and that is none other than F1 driver Lewis Hamilton. He is in the running this week for still supporting the BLM movement wholeheartedly. He plans to kneel again today, which at the time of making this video, I do not know if he has or has not, but planning is enough to earn this nomination along with the rest of the tripe he spews out so often. Now, contender number 6 is also back again. Say hello to his royal wokeness, the Prince of Soy, and the radical left-wing pincushion that he married for having the audacity to talk about privilege and oppression while attacking the Commonwealth despite being the president and vice president of the Commonwealth Trust. Even now, they no longer live here or in a Commonwealth country for that matter. This virtue signalling tosspot couple are worthy entries in today's nominations. I mean, even the woke fish rapper The Mirror called them out on their hypocrisy when it comes to the Commonwealth, oppression and privilege. Next up, we have number 7, which is Richard Morrison. He is in the firing line for trying to scrap Rule Britannia and Land of Hope and Glory from the proms. This contemptible fuckpig is lower than the shit on your boot with his call to remove these songs from the last night of the proms, which I do have to say is not going to happen, but even calling for it earns you this in my opinion, so take this nomination, wanker. Dribbling in at number 8 is Corbynista and pre-cum stain Owen Jones for bitching that cancel culture does not work because people he hates can still make money. Owen here has not had a good week, being called out by Arthur Twitter, Lawrence Fox, Andrew Neil, and the utter tosspot, which is Piers Karen Morgan, for his obsession with cancel culture, before Toby Young schooled him on Sky News last night on the exact same subject. I might actually cover that in a video at some point, as it was pretty funny, but either way, Owen Jones has earned his nomination today. Now, we hit contender number 9, which is the soppy blonde prat Boris Johnson and the Tory government in general for being a complete bunch of fuckpigs with their weak stance on the bullshit we are seeing in this day and age. Even with a massive majority in the House of Commons, they all sit back while things like cancel culture, BLM Marxist protests, and scum media lies are rampant, affecting the day-to-day lives of the people who voted for him. Let's also not forget grooming gangs, both past and present, that are still being covered up to this day, the UK border farce and its illegal immigration taxi service. Add to that the flip-flopping that is now forcing us to wear masks even if they do nothing to protect you, which is idiocy of the highest order. The list goes on, so not a surprising nomination, but a deserving one, that is for sure. In at number 10 is Colin Kaepernick, the second-rate American sporting tosspot who started the kneeling bullshit we all cringe at now when he took the knee to the American anthem a few years back. Well, he is still here, like a fart in a spacesuit, bitching like a little girl about how oppressed he is, despite being rich with a multi-million-dollar Disney deal to talk about how oppressed he is. Oh, such oppression, I can smell it from here. What an absolute wanker. Now, swinging themselves, in at number 11 is the England cricket cucks, who have now bent the knee to BLM, just like the football cucks and so many household names before them. A straightforward nomination, and well deserved, if you ask me. In at number 12 is wee Jimmy Cranky, and to a lesser extent, the SNP for her non-stop bullshit. Check out any one of the videos I have made this week on the SNP and its deluded spunk trumpets to know why they made this spot. Be it border blockages or hate crime laws that North Korea would be proud of, at the moment, they are telling Sadiq Khan to hold their beer with the utter fecal matter they are coming out with these days. And last but not least, we reach our final contender. In at number 13 this week is yet another American. This time, from the American media, it's none other than Don Lemon, the American loser from CLM and BLM fanboy who attacked the actor Terry Crews when he criticised BLM before being called out by Tucker Carlson of Fox News for his utter hypocrisy, having himself said the complete opposite before when he did fact-based journalism rather than the emotional race-baiting activism that is all CNN does now, much like the BBC. Now, we have all our contenders, we are just left to draw the winner from this rabble of lowlives in the running to win this award. I'm sure you would agree it is a hard choice. There are 4 nominations who I feel really deserve it this week, so I'm struggling to pick first, second and third here. But I will have to choose between the 4. So, in third place, but rubbing up against second, is Richard Morrison for his ridiculous attempts to remove Rule Britannia from the last night of the proms, taking the bronze medal this week. But like I said, he was very close to second place, who is none other than the BBC and his royal wokeness, the Prince of Soy, along with his virtue signalling spunk trumpet wife, Meghan Markle. I could not split the two, and I also could not look past either of their actions against this country, the Queen and the Commonwealth, to leave them out of second place. And as we all know, the BBC's crimes against the people of this country are vast and non-stop, so they both had to take second place on this one, but as with third place, they are so close to first, it's like they all won. So enough beating around the bush, it's time to announce this week's winner. Let's get that drum rolling, please. Nicola Sturgeon and the SNP. This week's winner, and only just as I said, had to be the SNP, led by Nicola Sturgeon. The 3 nominations for the SNP are too much to ignore, and her constant party political bullshit, ranging from blaming everyone for her mistakes to trying to institute a border between Scotland and England, and her underlings' non-stop bullshit, both here in England and up in Scotland, make her a worthy winner. The damage these Scots Nat Prats do to Scotland is criminal and affects the rest of the UK, so along with her party, she is this week's snivelling ShitWeasel of the week. Well done to them, they beat a tough field this week because, as I said, the top 4 could have easily won, and so could most, if not all of the contenders, on a different day. Maybe a change of format to ShitWeasels of the week, as was suggested by a viewer during the last nomination cycle, might be an idea, with the pick of the bunch picking up the title of snivelling ShitWeasel of the week to honour them separately from the packs of ShitWeasels that these episodes are always filled with. Let me know down in the comments what you think, or I will stick a post up on the community tab to get votes on it during the week. I will be live on Twitch talking about this episode later tonight, so jump over there and follow me if you want to have your say on this or any other topic for that matter.
There is a pattern consistent throughout history of oppressed people turning on the oppressors, slaves against their owners, the peasantry against the feudal barons, colonies, Mr. Verhofstadt, against their empires. And that is why Britain is leaving. And it doesn't matter which language you use, we are going, and we are glad to be going. We're off.